Hey, loved ones, it's Love. I want to come to you today and tell you tremendously thank you for everyone that reached out. And for those who didn't, thank you as well. I wanted to start off by saying that I ultimately made that last post in reference to me being depressed on my YouTube. I did it because, for one, I felt that I didn't know anybody on YouTube, and it was okay because I wasn't going to be judged. And if I was going to be judged, then I don't know you guys, so it really would not have made a difference. But this is the thing: I forgot that my stylist is a part of that network as well, and like the next day after I put up that video, he gave me a call and I cried. I cried for one because I was embarrassed that someone I knew that I was in a depressed state. And I cried that he cared enough to reach out to me, to actually show concern and about my well being. And since that moment, even before then, he would invite me over or what have you. But since then, he's been so instrumental in my well-being and being so concerned that he's always inviting me out to either to his home to eat or out on an outing. And I just wanted to thank him for that. He's such a giver and a nurturer, and he does not know or would not know without me saying how much that means to me. Last night, let's get to the matter at hand. He invited me out to one of the like after hours hangouts for the grown and I guess the working or really mobile. But I want to say grown and sexy, but it wasn't a club that you would have to be dressed up at. Like there were some people that were dressed up. There were some people that were coming from work that was there as well. So put their work clothes on. So I guess business casual would have been the attire, but people were there still with tennis shoes. So a girlfriend and I was off yesterday. She took me to get my nails done. I hadn't had my nails done, guys, in like, I want to say 10 years. So there you go. And he had always been after me about getting my nails did. And so when he saw him last evening, it was like, oh, he was so surprised and happy. And I was happy because he was happy. But yeah, so we went out to the club, and I cannot tell you how much that did for like my confidence. Like I'm a humble person, like for real, for real. I'm aware of, excuse me, my looks or what have you, or the lack thereof. But I'm always humble about it because I remember when I didn't look as passable per se as I do today. But when I tell you they gave me my life at that club last night, oh, the men gave me my life. When they gave me my life, and he was astonished that they gave me my life. I don't know why or whatever, but I think he was actually taken aback. Even that's my favorite phrase, to be taken aback. I think he was actually taken aback that I was getting the amount of attention that I was getting. I was taken aback that I was getting the amount of attention that I was getting. But or whatever, when you look like what you do or whatever. No, but it made me feel really, really good. And he always tells me that I'm attractive or that I look good, and it's nice to hear, and it's even nicer to hear from like men. He's a man. Don't get me wrong. My stylist is a man, but it's nice to hear from someone other than a friend or a family member. But yeah, so we went out last night and I enjoyed myself. Like I had to leave early because I had to take my friend girl home. But I will be going back. I felt that I was a little bit underdressed for that crowd. Underdressed. Because some people were wearing like, uh, hmm, I know what to wear next time. I won't be as covered or cloaked. But yeah, I met this guy. I met a few guys last night, but one in particular. So we were in the club and we had walked around, did a little walkthrough, what have you. We had like parked in front of a mirror, and my stylist was dancing, what have you. I was doing a little two step, or what have you, or whatever. And the guy was like on the bottom level, looking up, motion for me to come. So I'm looking like, who is he talking to? And he was actually talking to me. So I came over to him. He was like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. Just wanted to let you know that you look really, really good. Um, can you come down here and let's have a few drinks and talk to me? And I was like, I'm here with my friends. Kind of like, I don't know if you know T. I don't know if you don't know T, but I ain't gonna be put in that predicament to be embarrassed in this club full of people. So I was like, well, I'm with my friends or what have you, and we're just having a good time. Um, so let me see what we're gonna do. So I kind of walked back, kind of like not paying any attention to him, and then he like motions over to me again, like, okay, are you coming down? When I came over, he's like, are you coming down to talk? I said, well, we're gonna walk around. He said, well, give me your number before you leave. I was like, oh, okay. Wasn't gonna give him my number, but we walked around, wrote my number on a piece of paper, um, went back to give it to him. Um, so he immediately like called me a few moments ago. Not a few moments ago, but a few moments after, while we were still in the club. I don't know why he did that because it was so loud. Like I went and talked um, as much as I could with the noise interfering in the background. So I told him, well, just call me after we leave here or what have you. So he called me again to see was I. And this is the thing. No. Okay, I skipped a part. So when he was motioning to me for him to come down, for me to come down, I told him, okay, well, I don't know if you know, but I'm transgender. And I just walked away. Because what I do that as, I didn't used to do that at all. And I would not have done this in this instance. A lot of times I do it nowadays, just not to be bothered. Like, I don't want to be bothered. Some transgender bitch that'll shut it down right then. So I told him that I was transgender. He was like, no, no. He looked amazing because he was there with his friends. Like, mind you, he and his friends were like checking me out. He's he's a cute dog, mind you. I saw them like interacting or what have you. So I was like, no, no, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And he like had his hand on his head like for a couple of moments, like in disbelief. I was like, yeah, I am. And I went back to dancing. And he's like, come here, come here. I'm like, yeah, what? He's like, well, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Give me your number anyway. So in the back of my head, I'm like, look at this one here. So again, so that's what we speed up to now. So he had called me and asked me, was I going to be able to meet him for a few moments after or before I leave? So I'm thinking, okay, in the parking lot or what have you. So we walked out after we did one more revolution. It was my stylist, myself, and his cousin, because she's new to town and she is single, newly single. He's a trip. So we were outside in the parking lot. He had gotten a drink from his car. Mind you, he was drinking also the inside. So he was lit to the fullest. So he had saw someone going to their car, this guy, and he went up to the guy and was like, um, I don't know if he said, where you from? Are you from here? I don't know if the guy gave him a look like, look, I ain't gay. And my son was like, look, I'm not trying to talk to you. My cousin over here, she's new to town. And I noticed you had no ring on. And you have an out of town tag. Come talk to him, come talk to him. Like, I was like, oh my God, that was so brave of him for one. And that was so like caring and endearing of him to look out for his cousin to try to hook her up with someone. You know, that was so sweet. That was sweet. But that's him. He's always like that. However, so the guy called me while we were standing outside and he was like, so I'm home. I want you to come by my house. It's my birthday. Now he told me it was his birthday inside the club. And child, you know, he tells like, here, it's my birthday today. It's my birthday today. So he wanted me to come to his home afterwards. I thought we were going to meet in the parking lot to talk. I'm like, oh, no, I don't gonna do all that. He kept pushing for me to come to his home. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that. For one, like I don't want to be like a one night stand. I have standards. Or whatever. Or whatever. I have standards. I don't want to be nobody's one night stand. Like, no. And with that, that let me know where his mindset was. Okay. After we had left the club, after I had left, because I had to take my friend home, my stylist and his cousin went back in. I hated that I had to leave, but it was what it was. So I'm talking to the guy on my way home. He's steadily pushing for me to come to his place. He's like, well, oh, I've been with girls before. Child, and I hate hearing that. At least he didn't say, child, you my first. I hate hearing that even more. So he had been with girls before, and he was going to Atlanta for his birthday weekend. So I'm like, oh no, I have someone I can give them your number, and they can come over. Or when you're going to Atlanta, you can go ahead and have fun when you're there. Just tell me when you get back. I was already like turned off. Once he wanted me to come over in that same instant. But we had conversations before I went to sleep because I was dead set on not coming up to that guy's house. Even all the talk that he was giving. Then he asked me to send him a picture. Once they do that, I'm already checked out. Like, what are we, 19? Who's sending pictures? But yeah, he's still texting me or what have you. But I had a good time. I met people, I met guys. It was cute for what it was. So that's an update on my situation. I'm starting to be out and about. I have not visited a therapist as of yet. I'm waiting on another meeting with my primary care so we could set something up. I don't need a referral, but I'm just going to go that route. And I will give you guys an update on that. But I'm starting to live again, if it's only for moments, with the help of people who love me. And I'm so grateful for that. All right. And I'm grateful for him. You guys know that you're loved. Know that you're loved.